says that, by the way, he says that only 23,000 megawatt will be done by 2030. This is not going to solve our problems. We need more hydropower. Because we are one of the few countries in the world that has that. There are problems with hydropower, yes, long gestation period, large capital expense. Worldwide, hydropower is growing by leaps and bounds. I don't want to go into details of this. You can take copies from me anytime. The primary consumption at end of 2010, which said 2010, this was our primary consumption, which meant everything, even the kitchen oil and everything was 65.8. I think it's now about 70. And what's significant is that 12 million tons of furnace oil was used for power generation by public and private sector. Diesel separately, but you know people use diesel and petrol also, smaller ones. And that should be at least about a few thousand megawatt by now. And this is something which is about $8 to $10 billion drain on the economy. And this builds up their circular debt, sir. So what can we do right now? We kicked the water projects out, and we feel that Wali Khan is too powerful a man, sorry, his son, Asfandiar is too powerful a man, and we can't oppose him because he is, God forbid, an agent of God. And we can't fight him, and we let our children go into the gutters, God forbid. So we don't want to use our water. So what is left is oil. So if oil is the only solution, then this is what we are going to end up with. Now, the integrated energy plan made by Farooq Rahmatullah is a good plan, is a sensible plan, but it's the only thing that doable. He talks of 2022. I hope we can raise the funds. And he talks of about a tripling of the power base. And then, important 2 slides. 2007, we were using about 41% gas. It's come down to 24 a year ago. And the world average for gas is 20. For coal is 41, and we hardly use any coal. I think it's even today it's about 1%, even less. And so it's a very unfavorable generation mix. The mix is terrible. The fuel mix is terrible. Now, you know that water is very precious. There's just very little water in the world. Only 0.8% of the sweet water is available for drinkable and underground aquifers. Now, I should show you a slide which will... What happened? We lost power? Load shedding? Yeah. Water is life. This is a very interesting slide. It shows you that 1 kilogram of beef, you require 15,000 liters of water, and so on, and cotton, 9,200 liters. So water is life, and don't be fooled by anybody who tells you otherwise. Our wheat production is static at 22 million tons. On good years, it's 22 million. We went through a dry season, but we are not going to go beyond this, and nobody's going to sell us wheat in the next 5 or 6 years. That's the situation in the world market. बेटा क्या हो रहा है इसको? Huh? Blank है? Sorry, no, sorry, it's not blank. Yeah. Okay, ji, we talked of sequence 1. We talk of what happened. We inherited the Indus Basin irrigation system, and we know that something very significant happened was that they started shutting off Madhopur, the Ravi at Madhopur, and they stopped Sutlej at Firozpur headworks. And we know the American government got involved, the World Bank got involved, and David Lilienthal came in 51, wrote a fantastic report, gave it to Shahid-e-Millat just before he was assassinated. This is what we inherited. These slides are all available with me. You can just get them on the internet. That we have now 3 storage reservoirs. One is nearly gone, Varsak. And Tarbena and Mangla are the only thing we have, and this is hardly 8% of our surface flows of 145 MAF. I'll move as fast as I can, Ji. We have a seriously flawed Indus Waters Treaty, signed on 19 September 1960 by President Ayub Khan and PM Jawaharlal Nehru. And we gave away 3 eastern rivers, and the western rivers now, they are doing what they want, as I told you in the earlier part of my start of my speech. We had 172 MAF, today we have 145, we gave away 27 historic share. And we built the Mangla Dam on the Jhelum and Tarbena Dam on the Indus. We have no sites on the Chenab, we have no sites on the Chenab, and we let the Indians do what they want with it. And we did make 2 link canals additional after partition so that we could bring Indus waters after the Indus Waters Treaty to keep the Ravi and Sutlej alive in our territory. This is the view of the Indus Basin system. This is another view of it. I'll move ahead because I'm running out of time now. Canal diversion with population, you see maximum we came up to about 104, 103 after Tarbela. That was the maximum we can get out of our rivers because of lack of dams and barrages. And this is where we cut. In 1991, we already were getting critical, and by 1000, as Mr. Ishai said, we are down to 1,000 cubic meter per year per Pakistani. And we had reached that point about last year. I'll talk of data anymore. You can look at it later. River-wise summaries, assets. We have to make our own funds. WAPDA must survive. Pakistan depends on it. Private power, IPP's energy black hole. We have that. We know that. By KALABAGH, Hisamuddin Bangish read a beautiful paper in '98, which I can provide you whenever you want. KALABAGH Dam is a 260 feet high dam, and it's not going to flood any parts of KP. This is an absolute lie, and this is the level. What they are now trying to do is to kill KALABAGH Dam project. They want to make something at Bhasha, which is going to be at 3,900 feet above sea level. A light dam structure, which will be 900 feet roughly above rock bed of the river. And it will be sea level wise, the crest will be at 3,900 feet. It's a murder of good common sense. If it breaks, nothing up to Sakkar will stand. And then finally, I come to the last sequence. This I've already talked about. I'll move ahead quickly. Water sharing, you can see what we are doing. Any new dam on the Indus we will share. Punjab and Sindh will share equally 37%. This is a result of the Water Apportionment Accord of '91. Global warming, India is building the world's largest single project. And yes, it's predicated on theft of Pakistan waters from IHK. They don't let anybody go to Kashmir. They are building 28,000 megawatts of projects. We don't have an organization to stand up to the ICID, the Indians created in 1950. That is the fault line in our system. We have nothing to stand up to them. And we have 3 jokers sitting in Begum Road. And one of them has recently run away to Canada, we are told. We have nobody to stand up to the might of the ICID with about 20,000 people. They are networked all over the world. We are losing all our cases. We lost Baglayar. We lost everything. We'll also lose Kishan Ganga. It's just an eyewash. 56 million acre feet of water in the floods of 2010 also went down to the sea. That's about $100 billion worth of water. And by the way, if you doubt these figures, if you remove Tarbela from the national scene, you will lose immediately about 30% of your GDP. And you will know that Tarbela gives you about 3 MAF. And Tarbela will always be the biggest dam. Nothing above that, maybe a smaller Dimer Bhasha, a much safer Dimer Bhasha has to be built one day. Now, Tarbela also moderated the flows. And these are if KALABAGH had existed, the scenario is right in front of you, nothing would have happened. And these are the 4 charts I took to India to show them that what you have done to our water resources on the Chenab, for instance. 4, you can see yourself, they're falling graphs, 30 years period, including monsoons, all the dips are reducing, and the Indians had no answer to that. So they said, let's study the Kashmir watershed. I said, you will never give visas to my staff or to my associates. This is the Prabhu River Linking Team, the 2002 paper of India. They don't show Kashmir